Hi friends, in this video class we are going to study few terms related to our module. First of all, let us try to know what are all the technical terms which are going to study here. One is called sapwood or alburnum, and second one is called hardwood or duramen. Third one is called tyloses. Fifth one hardwood, softwood, annual ring, and dendrochronology. These are the 7 terms which are going to study here. So let us move into the first term and the second term, that is sapwood and the hardwood. We already studied the mechanism of secondary growth in dicot root, dicot stem, etc. During secondary growth, we know that, suppose if you imagine this is a dicot stem, and we know that dicot stem have endarked xylem with endarked and open type vascular bundle. And you know that this is the cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. During secondary growth, this cambial ring produces secondary phloem towards outside and secondary xylem towards inside. This is called secondary xylem. So during secondary thickening, dicot stem and root produces secondary xylem towards inside. That secondary xylem is called wood. That secondary xylem is called wood. Here, just after the formation of secondary xylem, that secondary xylem is very active. It indicates that that secondary xylem contains live cells. That is highly active. And such type of secondary xylem perform the function of conduction. That is, it conducts water molecule into different plant parts. So such type of newly produced fresh secondary xylem or wood is called sapwood or alburnum, and such tissues can be visible as a light colored region on a suppose if you take a timber, you can see if you take a timber or wood, you can see that yellow colored light colored region. That light colored region is the newly or freshly formed secondary xylem which conduct water into different plant parts. Such type of secondary xylem or wood is called sapwood or alburnum. Whereas when this secondary growth continues, this cambial ring continuously produces secondary xylem towards inside. So during that stage, the earlier formed secondary xylem, that is called sapwood, the earlier formed secondary xylem or sapwood, gradually shifted or converted or chemically converted into another type of secondary xylem. That secondary xylem is called hardwood or duramen. Now we want to study how this sapwood or secondary xylem, earlier formed secondary xylem, gradually converted into hardwood. During the successive formation of secondary xylem, the earlier formed secondary xylem, the cells, mainly the parenchyma cells of earlier formed secondary xylem, produces a balloon-like protrusion into the tracheids and vessels of this earlier formed secondary xylem. And that balloon-like protrusion gradually move into the vessels and tracheids of this earlier formed secondary xylem, and that balloon-like protrusions are called tyloses. We will study third, tyloses. And that protrusion contain nuclease, protoplasmic content, and various kind of secondary metabolites. So due to the presence of that secondary metabolite, that earlier formed secondary xylem, or we called previously it as sapwood, that sapwood gradually shifted into hardwood. So the main features of hardwood is that they shows high resistant capacity against different kinds of pathogens which are going to attack the stem and root. So the main difference between sapwood and hardwood is that hardwood shows high durability and its main function is to provide mechanical support to the whole plant. Due to the presence of secondary metabolite, they shows high resistant capacity against different kinds of termites, mites, insects, etc. Whereas this light colored region or sapwood is a newly formed or freshly formed secondary xylem. That secondary xylem in future may transformed into hardwood. That is the difference between sapwood and hardwood. And we can easily able to discriminate this hardwood and sapwood by its physical appearance. Suppose if we look at the cross section of a stem of a timber, you can see the innermost region with the dark color. That region constitute the hardwood, whereas the peripheral region with the light colored region constitute the sapwood. This dark color is due to the presence of various secondary metabolites found within the tylosis. Due to the presence of this secondary metabolite, this hardwood shows specific odor. Based on that order, we can able to identify whether the stem belongs to which plant, whether the stem belongs to which plant, something like that. For example, if we can able to identify teak wood, we can able to identify mahogany, everything we can able to identify by its specific order. So that order is due to the presence of the various chemical compound within the tylosis produced by the parenchyma cells of the secondary xylem. So this is the difference between softwood and hardwood. And one more thing, third one is called tylosis. We already discussed tylosis. Tylosis is a balloon-like protrusion. Suppose if you imagine this is a parenchyma cells of the secondary xylem, and if you imagine this is also the parenchyma cells of secondary xylem, and this region is called a lumen or empty space of vessels or empty space of trachees. This is the empty space of vessels, and this is the empty space of vessels or trachees. This is the parenchyma cells. So we can see a pit in between this parenchyma and the vessels. So tyloses are produced by the protrusion of the entire protoplasmic content of these parenchyma cells into the lumens of tracheates or vessels. So once again, tylosis is the balloon-like protrusion of protoplasm. It is a balloon-like protrusion of protoplasm coming from the parenchyma cells, which is present just near to the tracheates or vessels. Usually these tyloses are found within the vessels or within the lumen of tracheates and vessels. And this protrusion contains nuclei, cytoplasmic content, and other kind of secondary metabolite like resins, tannins, gums, mucils, etc. These chemical compound make this sapwood into hardwood. So this sapwood into hardwood. Due to the presence of high durability, this hardwood is also called a duramen, whereas sapwood lack high durability because it doesn't contain this kind of secondary metabolic and tylosis. So the main function of tylosis is to give durability to the secondary xylem, especially hardwood. And this hardwood is normally used for the preparation of furnitures. And second function of tylosis is to prevent the leakage of water through the xylem during if the xylem faces any kind of mechanical injury, then there will be a chance of leakage of water molecules. So during that condition, the tylosis will develop and prevent the leakage of water. And one more thing is that one parenchyma cell can able to produce more number of tyloses. So this tyloses act as a barrier within the lumen of tracheates and vessels. And one more thing is that this tyloses gives a specific order to each plant. These are all the functions which are related to tylosis. Next, let us move into the fourth topic, that is hardwood and softwood. In simple terms, we can say that secondary xylem of dicot angiosperm is called hardwood. The secondary xylem produced by the dicot angiosperm is called hardwood. Whereas the secondary xylem produced by gymnosperms are called softwood. That is called softwood. And this hardwood is also called porous wood. This is also called porous wood. This also called porous wood, because dicot secondary xylem is called hardwood. It is also called porous wood because dicot xylem tissue or wood contain numerous xylem vessels. When we take the cross section of that xylem vessel, you can see numerous pore-like structure that indicate the presence of xylem vessel. Due to the presence of that xylem vessel, it is also called the porous wood. And one more thing is that this secondary xylem of dicot or hardwood contain more amount of xylem fiber. That is why it is also called, due to the presence of more amount of xylem fibers within the hardwood, it is called hardwood. Due to the presence of more number of secondary xylem, due to the presence of more amount of xylem fibers within the secondary xylem, it is called hardwood. And when we take softwood, it lacks xylem fibers. So we can't able to say that it is a hardwood because it lacks xylem fibers. And one more thing is that it lacks xylem vessels. So when we take the cross section, we cannot able to see minute pores of the xylem vessel because xylem vessel is completely absent. So it is also called non-porous wood. Non-porous wood. It is also called a non-porous wood because we can't able to see the pores, because pores are the indication of xylem vessel, but in case of gymnosperm, xylem vessel is absent, so not pores. That is why it is called a non-porous wood. This hardwood and softwood are economically valuable. We can able to produce various kind of furnitures. And when we move into the another topic, annual ring. So before going to study annual ring, we have to understand two things. One is called spring wood. Second one is called autumn wood. Okay. First of all, let us try to understand spring wood and autumn wood. During favorable condition, cambial ring is very active. That cambial ring produces more amount of secondary xylem and secondary phloem. So when during the favorable condition, secondary cambial ring is highly active, it produces more amount of secondary xylem. So such type of secondary xylem possess xylem vessels with wider lumen or wider cavity. So such type of secondary xylem is called autumn wood. Whereas during spring season, the cambial ring is less active. It produces few amount of secondary xylem with vessels having narrow lumen or narrow cavity. Such type of secondary xylem is called spring wood. So in 1 year, it produces spring wood and autumn wood. That is spring wood and autumn wood. So that spring wood and autumn wood are collectively called one annual ring. That is called one annual ring. That is annual ring. So in 1 year, we have one autumn season and one spring season. The wood formed during autumn season is called autumn wood. The wood formed during spring season is called spring wood. Both are collectively called annual ring. And when we move into the dendrochronology is the branch of biology which deals with the measurement of an age of a tree by counting or by referring its annual ring. We can able to predict the age of a tree by counting or by referring its annual ring. That is dendrochronology. These are the topics we discuss here. So this is the broad concept related with these topics. Thank you.